Good evening. I built an AI-powered lead generation system that adapts form questions and engagement messaging in real time and helps service businesses qualify leads based on their unique requirements. Small and medium service businesses are spending thousands on ads to drive traffic to generic forms. These funnels treat all visitors the same, whether they're ready to buy or simply researching. And these small businesses don't have the budget for fancy digital experience software. Without proper targeting and personalization, 75% of prospects abandon these funnels. And the lead generation software market is 3.9 billion and growing by about 12% annually. For example, here's how we could give small and medium-sized businesses their time back. Service business owners bill anywhere from $100 to $500 an hour, depending on their specialty. And if we just saved them 4 hours per week, which they could use to actually bill for their services rather than spend time qualifying leads themselves, they could gain over $20,000 a year in billable hours, just as an example. So there's money to be made and saved here. So what would be useful for these businesses and what does success look like? So we want to solve the core problem of marketing here, which is delivering the right message to the right person at the right time. How can we make this experience more personal? How can we qualify leads that are good for my specific business? And how can it be easy and save me time? So service businesses are different from e-commerce businesses. With e-commerce, customers can buy immediately. For service businesses, lead quality is everything. Service providers invest time in consultations, estimates, and relationship building before any revenue is generated. This makes it critical to identify serious prospects early. So some of these kinds of businesses that make up about 70% of small and medium business GDP in the US, plumbers and landscapers, accountants, IT consultants, pet groomers and trainers, personal trainers, caterers. So, as a service business owner, you would prioritize people who are ready to buy today, are in your service area, and meet the criteria for your ideal customer over those who are less of a match. So, my solution looks like any professional web funnel. However, as people progress step by step, AI selects the most relevant next questions from the business owner's question bank. It then adapts a copy to match the user's context and also composes custom title and messaging text on each page. And once a user submits each step, their answers are evaluated in real time against a rubric for the ideal lead for this business. So let's swap over to the demo. Let me see if I can do this well. Okay. And I have a form in progress here to save the time of filling this out. I'm trying to get someone to come clean my house for me. And I'm going to continue the form fill. And then on the other side here, you can see this is the business owner's view. They get an entire dashboard. And let me share my location here because it's important that I'm in the service area for this business. And then I'll submit that information. So I had already submitted a couple of steps ahead of time here. And then you get your response. It's customized to you. And now we can explore the dashboard, which has analytics. There's some test data in here. We can see which forms I have, and you can see which questions, so the user has full control over which questions are asked, which questions are required. There's a scoring rubric that you can see right now. In the future, they'll be able to edit it. In addition, you can see the leads. You can sort them by which leads are judged to be qualified, and then you can go ahead and follow up with those people, call them up, and close the sale with them. And then you can update this conversion and write your notes, provide a value, and they're stored as a conversion in your database. And that interaction and that customer now will be stored, and you can the LLM can query against it when you see a similar customer, you can find, hey, they're likely to convert because we've seen similar people convert in the past. So let me switch back to the pre's. So how does this work technically? There are two React front ends, one for the admin, for the business owner, and another one for the web visitors. The main bottleneck here is the AI processing layer, which I've optimized through efficient prompt engineering, batched API calls to OpenAI GPT-4, and context-aware caching to reduce redundant requests. This system is built for horizontal scaling. It uses FastAPI with async await patterns and ASGI for high concurrency request handling. It's containerized, and that enables multiple backend instances behind an Nginx load balancer, and a stateless React front end can be served by a CDN. Data storage is in Supabase, Postgres, which uses connection pooling and optimized indexing with Redis handling sessions and caching business configurations. This can be scaled from a single instance handling about 1,000 concurrent users to over 10,000 concurrent users, horizontally scaling. The crux of this, the backbone of this, is the AI orchestration layer in LangGraph. There are two specialized AI agents, and the flow is fairly simple, but each agent has several responsibilities. So first, let's look at the question flow agent. So the question flow agent is our marketing expert. It's responsible for sending people through that flow of question steps and keeping them engaged, and also learning information about the business as they go along. So it's going to communicate the value of the service. It's going to select which group of questions are asked next, rephrase them, and maintain the brand voice. Once the user answers a question, the lead intelligence agent takes over. This agent will do an initial scoring. It will check the answers and see if there needs to be a tool call. So for example, if there's a location service that I need to find, is this person in my service area, or it needs to look up a web definition. So for example, I have also a dog walking service. I need to look up if the dog might be dangerous dog. So those cool tool call decisions are made, and it also handles the personalization of the messaging on the final page. So a lot of data sources have to come together here. The system takes into account not only the business info, but also their target customers, the questions that need to be asked, the scoring rubric, the answers from the visitor, the results that come back from a tool call, marketing user experience patterns, so the right way to lead a person through a funnel, and also all of the details from that traffic source, such as the UTM parameters and the referrer and such. So there's a lot of rich metadata that goes into this. So what is the alternative here? What other choices are there? Well, there are systems such as Typeform, Jotform, and Google Forms. You need to manually set these up ahead of time, set up the if-then logic, and then you'd have to post those results to another system and analyze that to score a lead. You could also build a custom chatbot. You might find it hard to maintain both the messaging that you want and also ask the questions. It certainly, it might ask them in a different order, but it can be hard to control in that chat environment. And the hardest part is going to be then integrating those results with something, because that data is not structured, and it's going to be hard to integrate with marketing tools. So this solution uses the unique strengths of AI and agentic reasoning to make a smart assessment of how well the answers match the ideal customer. So dynamic adaptation wins. The opportunity here is clear. What I've demonstrated today validates that intelligent lead generation is possible today. Service businesses have genuine pain around lead quality, and the market opportunity is large. The code's available on GitHub for anyone who wants to explore the technical implementation. Thank you.